All right, we're joined here by the undisputed welterweight champion of the world, Jessica McCaskill.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Listen, first thing I want to talk about is you being on a broadcast, all right? Now, Shawn Porter is a guy who's been getting really good at broadcasting, and a lot of people felt once he started working on a broadcast, he started to get comfortable in that suit and thinking about life after boxing already, and that might play a part once you're in a ring. Is that bug affecting you at all?
No, I did a lot of that kind of stuff before boxing. I went to school for communications. I'm very comfortable in front of a camera with a microphone, that kind of thing. I can talk on the fly. I talk in front of people a lot. So that's just like a natural kind of normal thing. And I try not to get a lot of that mingled up with the boxing, with my training and the time constraints and things like that. The main reason we did this last broadcast was to make sure that we advertised for this fight. So it just seemed really smart. And it's working out. You know, I quit my job.
Finally, whoa, celebration.
You serious?
Trust me, that question was coming.
What are they gonna do without you?
I don't know. I quit in like July. I just been kind of keeping it on the low.
So what was oh, she was waiting to tell us because we've been asking her.
Yeah.
So what was the factor? What was that decision?
The paycheck.
I think it was like, you know, I was just able to do so much more in the boxing world, whether it was my training, self-care, or working at the gym, helping other fighters, training other people, that going back was really gonna kind of mess up my timeline, and I felt like I could really do my job remotely. And you know, corporations, they kind of want to keep an eye on you and things like that. I mean, great place. I had a great time there, learned a lot of things, but it was just, it wasn't a fit anymore.
But did you give your 2 weeks notice?
I did.
Okay.
I did. I like through an email, and then, you know, it just kind of slid out, but you know, it just worked out the way it should have.
Right, so you got a lot more time on your hands, but do you feel more motivated? And you got a new opponent here. You you're not fighting Bustos.
Right.
So did you lose a little motivation?
No, the motivation is always there. I mean, we're fighting at the MGM Grand. I was just telling Rick the other day, like, I came here in 2014, and I brought all my little, you know, raggedy friends with me, and I was like, I'm gonna fight here one day. I was still amateur.
You said raggedy friends?
My little raggedy friends. Yeah.
Y'all raggedy. I'm gonna let y'all know that. Y'all
I don't
raggedy.
think I talk to any of them anymore, so they can be raggedy.
That's why, because y'all raggedy.
I bet they want to talk to you now.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure. No, but I came here in 2014. I was still an amateur fighter, and I just was like in awe. I was like, I'm gonna fight here one day. Like, I was putting it into my future, into my destiny. So there's no like shaming that, or there's no like making that less than what it is.
Right. You know, with 14 fights, you've already fought two, I guess you would say, future Hall of Famers in Katie Taylor, Braukus. I feel like you're on a fast track. So you've already beaten Braukus twice. What's next? Is it moving up and fighting a Clarissa Shields, or is it trying to avenge that loss against Katie Taylor? What's on the horizon for you? If you can, I would say, if you can pick your next three opponents,
if you can squeeze past Wyatt.
I think I only have 12 fights.
Right.
So not 14. Yeah, right. I'm doing this.
You're already fast tracking.
Right, like slow down. I mean, so if we get past Candy Wyatt, you know, first of all, shout out to her for taking this short notice. You know, a lot of people don't have the courage to do that kind of thing, and then I wouldn't have the fight. So
that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, she's taking opportunity to put her face out there, fight at the MGM Grand. I mean, she's taking opportunity for herself. So, you know, it's smart business. You know, she can definitely play this in the right way. So I'm just glad to have a fight. And Bustos, we're going to try to get her for early next year. So that's one. It was just kind of a politics issue with her. You know, she's a great gal. Super nice, so it's nothing on her. Hopefully she just stays in the gym and stays ready. So Bustos, and then from there, if we're staying at 147, you know, I just want to make sure that I conduct, you know, the plan there, Rick and I, and you know, a lot of people try to just like tell me I have to do things or make me go down certain, you know, roads where I'm not even interested in. You know, if I'm going to be the queen at 147, let me be the queen and respect my wishes here. So, you know, Bustos for 147. If we go up, there's 154. We could do some things there. There's people that we could look at there. Cameron said my name for 140, so we can go down and fight her at 140. She got some work to do. Don't want her to overlook that. So if she can get past her opponent, and then she'll be undisputed. And who doesn't want to be two weight undisputed champion of the world.
But even without her calling you back, you never looked at this little tournament they got going on there in Matchroom and said, damn, I'd run through that.
No, I let Cameron run through it for me, so I don't have to do all the light work. So, you know, it's she's halfway there. But, I mean, you know, it's funny because, you know, we called Cameron out a long time ago. I don't even know if I had belts yet, and they weren't interested. And then as soon as I got a belt, then they came knocking, and I'm like, you know, you're not on my path. Like, you lost your opportunity. And now she's worked her way to this place where, and I respect that. You know, if somebody says no, then make them say yes. So if she want to call my name out at 140, we'll go down to 140 and we'll make something happen.
Now, but 140, I mean, look, Katie Taylor is at 135 comfortably. Eddie Hearn has said that she she doesn't want to really go up. But if that fight was an opportunity, obviously you want to avenge that loss.
Right. If Katie wants to fight, which I don't think she wants to fight, I don't think it's going to happen. And
why is that?
Because there's been too many opportunities, and there's been so many things popping up in between the opportunity. Me and her, there's, you know, these opponents that come up, and, you know, these.
When he asks you why, he's saying, what do you think her reasoning is?
Oh, she's scared. I mean, I mean, 147 is a lot of weight, a lot of power. And of course, it would probably come to like a 144 matchup or something like that. If she wants my belt at 147, then that's what we'll do. But I think they're just scared of the power, which is understandable. And I mean, I just don't want to waste any more time of them dangling in front of me. You know, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. If not, I can move on.
Maybe they're scared of the hands. Now, he mentioned Clarissa Shields earlier, and she said, oh, I don't care if you got big hands. We're going to do the big hand test I did with Layla Ali. Now, she's 5'6". That's a little too big right there. Maybe they're scared of those big hands.
Yeah, they probably
So
are.
You would even move up to 154.
Yeah, 154. There's some good prospects there that, you know.
Clarissa fought at 154.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think she might have like weight issues. Like, I don't think she's really trying to fight either. I think she's waiting for something, or maybe she's too busy doing MMA. Like I said, I'm not trying to pressure anybody to do anything. If they don't want to do it, I move on, and
that's a big fight. I mean, you want big fights.
I do. I do, and if that means that these other fighters don't want big fights and don't want to put it on the line, that's fine. I'll move on to something else. I'll find a crossover MMA fighter that wants to fight. You know, something. I mean, Rick is crazy. Like, Rick will come up with some like medieval type stuff. Like, I didn't even think of that. Let's do it.
Oh,
so
we need him to manage us then.
Right. We almost did bare knuckle boxing back in the day. When we were waiting.
No. That's not good.
We just did the big hand
He's just throwing you in anything.
we mentioned it for like Tuesday. He put a tweet out there, and he got all kind of crazy phone calls. And the one thing that stopped me was that we got the opportunity to fight for the WBC belt. That was October of 2018, but nothing was happening that year. No fights.
So you almost jumped out the window and did that.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, let's talk pound for pound list really quick. Amanda Serrano's ahead of you on the pound for pound list. I want to know how you feel about that.
Amanda fought for a lot of vacant titles, and I'm just going to put it out there. And only vacant title I fought for was the ring belt, and I made it vacant so that I could go get it. Ooh. So it's just kind of one of those things where people are kind of blinded by the glitz and glam of having a belt, but the way that you got the belt is important. The caliber of your opponents are important, and people kind of forget that nowadays. They just like the show of boxing.
Well, so layman's terms, you should be above her on that list, you feel? That's what you're saying.
I feel like I should. I've done a lot of things in a very short time, and I think, you know, she just needs to have a better resume. You know, I didn't think Cecilia's resume was good, and I proved that by beating her. So essentially, I beat everybody that she beat. So, I mean, I mean, you know, we've talked about fighting Amanda Serrano, and you know, our teams have talked, and now she's on like a 126 undisputed kind of, you know, and now she's gonna fight Katie, and she's just looking for, you know, good money, which, no respect, that's good business. Look for good money. You know, she's probably not gonna be in the business super long, so she gotta do what's smart for her.
We're looking forward to see you on Saturday. You guys don't want to miss this on DAZN.